All right. First and foremost, we want to give all honors and all praises to Yahawah,
Yahawah,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM,
YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash.
Dash.
We're going to give double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. We're going to also want to give salutations to you brothers out there in the highways and byways, making your body a living sacrifice. Salutations to you brothers and sisters tuning in, listening and learning. We got another one for you, okay? Shalom, by the way. Basically going into this man's plans, man. You know, Esau's plans to completely take over, man. In other words, forge his promise, not his promise, Salakia. Oh man, I had it open over here, Salakia. The name of this one's gonna be Esau's forging his birthright. That's
Right.
what I meant to say, Salakia Akim. So Esau's forging his birthright, and with that, he has to put all his chips into place, right? Do his chess moves or his checker moves or whatever you want to call it. And being on social media, we came across a video going into onto the new reset, or the how do they call it now?
The Great Reset.
The Great Reset, which is another term that they're using for the N to the WO, right? But we know, because we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know exactly what time it is because we're measuring the times through the scriptures, and the way you measure the time is comparing what the scriptures are saying to what's going on around us in the world, man, in this planet. And from what we could notice, man, this man has these particular plans that he wants to put in place. Now, to even have or put his plan into fruition, right, or into order, or in to put it mobile, to execute it, he has to completely destroy the old way of this world, the old order, right? Now, we're gonna be putting up a video either before or after this, or during this lesson that we're making, right? But basically, I found a link speaking about it on the web, on what the video that we'll be putting up. There was a woman speaking on it, and I believe that we found what it was. Right now, the name of the link, and we'll put it in the description box for brothers to go into this, is the N to the WO Great Reset Cased Social Credit Score System Revealed. Okay, it's CSRQSM, which stands for Common Sovereign Restricted Quarantine Social Management. All right, this is the same social management or that we believe through the spirit that is going on in places like China. And the brother just informed me of India. You said, right, brother, that just went digital. The government
India, according to what Dabu 7 was reporting, that within a couple of days ago or so, within 4 hours of them basically implementing it or mandating it, from like I think 8 p.m. whatever, particular day, I think it was like last week. They said, they only had 4 hours to exchange in their money or whatever, or to get
comply.
Yeah, to comply. You know what I'm saying? To the system. 4 hours. So from 8 p.m. to midnight is all they had. So you're talking about a country that got what, a billion and a half people. China, India is not, doesn't have as many people as China, but they, I would roughly say probably half of what China has. They have way more than America has, that's for sure.
That's
what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people there. So for them to say that, within that short span of time, you got to comply, you can already see how everything's gearing towards, like the brother said, this N to the W to the O, man. This great, pushing of your Super Nintendo, man. When you fuck up, man, that you know what happens when you fuck up? It's like, oh god damn it, push that reset button, man. That's what they're doing.
Give me 3 minutes of your time because you're gonna want to hear this. What CSRQSM will mean for your life and the future. CSRQSM social management software is the program that will be used worldwide by select governmental and banking institutions when the financial reset occurs. The financial reset will be a complete restructuring of the current system and eliminating all existing fiat currencies overnight. The CSRQSM software will intercept all banking transactions, all credit and debit card transactions, and all known financial transactions over a period of 3 to 5 days once the system is activated. The currency planned to be used is known as USDR. For those with a Japanese bank account, for example, their yen will be converted to USDR overnight. Nearly all countries on Earth will use the new system. The software is designed to process all financial transactions centrally and issue social credit scores for all users. When the conversion takes place, you will see new information when you log into your bank account, including screens indicating your social credit score. The score will operate on a scale of 1 to 1,000, with 1,000 being the highest score achievable and 1 being the lowest. No bank account shall contain more than 1,000 in USDR at any time for Class C accounts, which includes 99% of the world. Class C accounts will receive 1,000 USDR once at the beginning of each month. Separate accounts known as Class S accounts are reserved for government leaders and the highest echelons of the rich and elites of the world. Class S accounts can contain unlimited USDR funds and have additional privileges. Everyone must immediately comply with the new system. Those who resist, those who protest or complain online will receive immediate fines and deductions to their score and account. It's expected in the first month about 20% of the human population will have their accounts reduced to nearly zero due to the bad behavior, but that by the second month this behavior will be corrected. According to the documentation for the software, once people realize they can't have more than $1,000 and can easily lose it with unapproved behavior, they will change the behavior and comply. Each class within the CSRQSM software app has specific parameters. Each class contains dozens of metrics and variables. Above me is an example. C, common class, amount of accounts, 7.1 billion or 95.5% of humans. C, vaccination required, yes. Booster shots, yes. You have to have 2 or more. Asset limitations, yes. No greater than 5,000. Carbon score, yes. Restricts travel and food consumption. 1 is lowest and best. 500 is highest and worst. S, sovereign class. Amount of accounts, 7 to 8 million or 1% of humans. No requirements. Restricted amount of accounts, 250 million or 3.36% of humans. Look at the requirements. Pause and read. Q, quarantine. Amount of accounts, 75 million or 1% of humans. Look at those requirements.
That's exactly what they're doing to basically, you know, as I said earlier, forge his birthright. Mind you, it was a birthright that he sold that to him wasn't worth shit, you know, but through the process of time, he understood exactly what was so important of it, man. All right, and the fact that he's upset, that mad that Jacob, our forefather, supplanted him for it, because Jacob knew that this piece of shit didn't understand the importance of that birthright, or didn't value that birthright, man. Okay, but that was all spirit, because the birthright always belonged to Jacob, no matter what. Okay, this man is you know, and by every time we speak about, I say this man, I was talking about Esau, man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, which is the so-called white man. This man's soul, as the scripture we about to bring out in Habakkuk, his soul is not upright in him, man, and he knows that, and better yet, we know that, you know, those of us that are hopeful elect, man, starting with Abba Bivens on down. Through the process of time, we've noticed exactly how the scriptures zero in on the so-called white man, to the point that we call him so-called white, because we know that he's not white. That was something else that he was lying about, right? And now he's going into this I keep forgetting the abbreviation, CSRQSM, Common Sovereign Restricted Quarantine Social Management. Right now, we're not going to read the whole article, because it's quite, if it's all true, it's quite damning to this man. Okay, it's It's not so much an article, but some type of forum, some type of link where these people are discussing this. And there's two people that we believe are using alias names, and one man named Bill is interviewing another man named Gideon, and that man Gideon has insight on what's going on with these elites. You know, I believe through the Spirit that this man has been in certain meetings and knows certain people that are maybe even above him that are privy to very sensitive information that these devils don't want leaked out. You know, but the scriptures tell you that everything that was hidden was going to be brought to light. So through the Spirit, we believe, you know, we was discussing that we should even bring out most of this link, what it says on this link, but just to be on the safe side and to avoid a strike or our page being taken down, we'll touch on it lightly. We'll put the link up, and you know, through the Spirit, we pray that that brothers go into this, man, and look it up. You know, so basically, just to read a little bit on it.
I'll get that scripture for you real quick, bro.
Go ahead. Yes, lock.
Yep. So as a brother was quoting, it's Habakkuk 2:4 through 5. Behold, his soul, talk about Esau, Edom, so-called white people, right? His soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
Now it says that the soul that's in him is lifted up. This man is, and you know, the scriptures tell you that this man is a proud man. You know, scriptures also tell you that pride comes before destruction. So we know that this man is on his way out, because the level of pride on this man's face, countenance, and his speech, and the things that he wants to do, to execute, especially when you read on this link that I'm going to be getting into in a few. You know, it should be vexing you, man, because at the same time, you know, you're looking at it, and he's throwing his own people under the bus too. Right. You know, this man does not give a shit. He wants to rule and continue ruling, because he also knows and believes that reincarnation is real, and it's an occurring thing, a reoccurring thing. So his soul's not lifted up in him. And if I don't know if I keep forgetting the brother, that man's name, man, Carl Schwab's head,
his right hand man. Yeah,
his right hand man, the one, I think it's like his not speaker, but his advisor, his top advisor, little bald-headed so-called Jewish man, right? This man is on TV, on national TV, or on TED Talk, on some public type of not so much public, but on some type of media outlet, speaking these damnable and blasphemous words, man. He's uttering these things without he's not batting an eye to it, without no type of fear, you know. We don't have the particular clip for that one, but maybe we could look for it and in post-production put it up. But that, you know, the things that man is speaking about, right, as of late, he was talking about that, you know, basically he doesn't care, or like-minded people like himself do not care about God, the Most High, being upset with man, because, you know, we have they have the technology to make it rain, to have water, you know what I'm saying, and purify it and all types of things. Right?
I mean, he can be as angry as we like. I mean, he can stop the rains. We don't care. We still have water, because science has managed to go way beyond the expectations of the ancient Hebrew. If you read really the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, it's all about agricultural production. It's about rain, it's about pestilence, it's about fertility. And now we are much better than the God of the Bible. I mean, in the Bible you have these recurring droughts, that the people of Israel do something wrong, gods become angry, drought, no water. And now Israel has built in recent years a huge desalinization factory on the shores of the Mediterranean. And most drinking water in Israel today actually come from these plants, from these factories. So we can make God as angry as we like. I mean, he can stop the rains. We don't care. we still have water.
He also goes on to talk about a lot of the things that this link speaks about in another video that I've seen of him, where he was basically saying that that time of you going to the supermarket and thinking, having the free will to get this and get that and buy this and buy that is coming to an end.
Humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, you know, this, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. Free will, that's over. That's over. Over. Today, we have the technology to hack human beings on a massive scale. Yeah, I mean, everything is being digitalized. Everything is being monitored. In this time of crisis, you have to follow science. It's often said that you should never allow a good crisis to go to waste.
I mean, they want to control every aspect of you, man. And this is what this new reset is going to go into. And like I said earlier, for the new world to come into fruition or to start happening, the old world has to come to an end. One of the things that we do now that's considered the old world is what's known as free will, right? To a certain extent, right? Where we go to the supermarkets and we buy what we want to get. We don't go to the hospital or we go to the doctors if we want. You know, if you want, you make an appointment. If you don't want, you don't make one. You know, there's a lot of things that are considered free will when we know through the scriptures, there's no such thing as free will. But for the sake of explaining all that at the moment, the man goes on to say that all of that is finished, finito. There's not going to be none of that anymore. And people are going to basically do what they're told. Okay, that's what this man is talking about and he's going into. Now the link, and we won't touch all those subjects, all those different topics that they spoke about, but it's going into the same thing. So that's why me and this brother Lahab, we believe that, for the things that are coming out in that link to be true and not really far-fetched, man. Something that this man is definitely going to be doing, right? And I'll bring it back to what the brother was just reading, because his soul is lifted up, man. He's a proud man, you know. And Salakia for being so long-winded on that. I just wanted to say that before I forget. But go ahead, brother. You can continue on that scripture.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Fifth verse, Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also, as the brother was just saying, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, and as the scriptures say, you know, wine, a lot of the times in the scriptures, it's not talking about drinking, you know, wine. Actual, it goes into the philosophies, right?
Philosophy of the man. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And in this particular, you know, what the brother was saying, the philosophies that he's going into, this demon, you know, Klaus Schwab's, you know, and you know, like the brother said, we'll post the clip in the post production. It'll have, you know, that demon's name or whatever, because you know it's important, but you know, it's not important for us to remember it now because, hey, he's a piece of shit. So you know, but you know, for edification's sake, we'll, you know, make sure we
put it up. That's right.
You know, but his philosophies, and as the brother Malak was saying, you know, him saying the things that these damnable sayings, you know what I'm saying, and ways of thinking that, you know, he was spewing out of his pie hole, so to speak. You know, he's exhibiting his pride, you know, and he's pushing his philosophies and he's exhibiting his pride through that, you know what I'm saying? So you know, let me continue on.
Because what he was saying is wine and strong drink to these nations and to the people that flat out believe what this man is saying. You know, you actually have people on this earth that are backing that man up. You know, because someone that will say something racist about somebody else, if we say that the Lord is separatist, they're ready to take our heads off. But this man is saying, fuck God. We have technology that could top God. As a matter of fact, Obadiah tells you, is it in Obadiah in the book of Psalms? I will be like God. You know what I'm saying? So this man.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know, this man has no fear of the Lord. And he's saying that they're gonna accomplish all these things. And that what he's spewing is also his philosophy, his wine. what the brothers just said, what the brothers reading right now, because a lot of people are gonna drink this wine and are gonna be under that influence of that wine, right? The whole new reset or great reset is strong drink and it's wine, man. It's this man's philosophy, because it's not gonna just be like, oh, we're gonna reset everything up. Well, they're gonna have to explain, talk, and tell all these other top nations what they're gonna be doing and how they're gonna go about it. And that's the wine that the brother's reading about right now in Habakkuk 2 and 5.
That's right.
If you want to finish that out, I'll go. If you had anything to say.
Yes, I got it. Yep. So Habakkuk 2 and 5. Also because he transgresses by wine, his philosophies, as brother was saying.
Yeah.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, right? And as we go into all the time, Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, the nation of Esau, Edom, in their different countries, mainly here in Babylon, aka America, they can never stay to their own business. All of these things that are happening here in Babylon, for example, real quick, the homeless population and the whole opioid thing that's going on with their own people, predominantly, is out of control. We're here in Massachusetts and around Boston, in particular. And, we have a place over by Boston Medical called the Methadone Mile, man. And there's predominantly Edomites over there, man, suffering.
That's right.
As the brother Malak always brings out, he who is evil to himself, to whom shall he be good to, man? So
right.
these rich ass Edomites, these so-called white people, are allowing their own people to suffer so that they can continue to flourish and to continue to forward their wicked agenda.
Right.
And all this, tribulation and homelessness and drug addiction and all this is happening here in Babylon. And then you got Sleepy Creepy Joe sending millions and billions of dollars over to Ukraine to help other Edomites in a whole nother country, instead of fixing the problems that are here at home, so to speak.
Yeah, the asshole has the audacity to forgive $10,000 of debt
credit, $10,000,
everybody, and everybody's fucking happy about it. Like, why didn't he take all of the debt out? Have everybody start fresh,
Right. Exactly.
I mean, even though people will be like, well, is that fair for the next people next year or whatever? Well, I mean, at least that will help the economy somehow, and which in turn will help those people that are going to be going into or taking new student loans out, right? The economy will be better. The inflation will probably go down if he was to take the billions that he's sending over there. Because here it is, Afghanistan, Iraq, all these places are all fucked up, war torn, right? As they say, or is it war torn? War torn country.
All the wars,
all messed up. And this nigga has never sent $1 that we know of to any of these places. But Ukraine and Russia go at it, and now it's like, oh, let's give all your tax dollars to these people. And Americans don't do shit about it. They don't even bat an eye, because truth be told, there's not enough fight in America, man. You know, you people are drugged up. You people are malnourished. Even though you get to walk around and you go to these gyms or whatever, for the most part or whatever, everybody over here is just eating poison, man. Breathing poison, drinking poison. The majority of people, or a lot of people, are obese, chronic obesity on top of that. You know what I'm saying? You got kids that are born and a few months later, a year later, they're already suffering from obesity, man. Yeah. And it's from all the shit that parents give them to eat, which is FDA approved, by these fucking agencies that are supposed to be looking out for the Americans, and they don't, it's all backwards, man, because the soul's not lifted. The soul that's in him is lifted up. What is it? His soul is not upright.
Yeah, yeah. The soul, the behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the
This man is
just shall live
crooked.
by his faith. Right.
This man is crooked. But the just, which goes into the hopeful elect, the elect overall, but we call ourselves the hopeful elect because we hope that we're part of that number. We living through faith, man. We know that our foods are defiled, man. We know that our the air in our water is defiled, man. Hell, our women are defiled, man. Our men are defiled. You know, we're all fucked up, man. You know, so these people making these WEF, World Economic Forum, them doing their little meetings, their Bilderberg, that what gets out, even what they put out on TV and the things that get out by whistleblowers, all that should be vexing the hopeful elect right now, man. This is why the scriptures speak about hating thy life until death, man, because we're not really living, man. Right. We're living in hell, man. Literally, man. This is hell, you know. And this man is about to bring it up a notch because he's introducing these things. What's his name? Sleepy Joe is about to make what's the name of that? The number of that order? Executive order.
Executive order 14067.
Yeah, it's about to go into effect right now in December. And a lot of people don't remember this is like the first thing that he was doing.
Yeah, that happened. He did once he
March. Exactly. Once he got inaugurated, he give me that pen. They started signing all this shit. That was a big indicator to us in this truth and this thing of ours that this shit is about to start going down ASAP, man. Because this nigga was signing shit off like it was sweet, man. Like they told him, we got you to be president fraudulently. Now sign all that shit, bro. We need you to sign all that shit because we're about to up this. We're about to step it up, and that's what they're about to do. That's what they're talking about, the Biden bucks, which goes into this executive order that the brother just mentioned. The number, because I always forget numbers and names. I'm the worst, man. You know, and what's gonna come with that digital dollar is what Revelations 13 and 16 and 17 speaks of, man. Which we're gonna get that next. If you don't have anything, brother. You know,
I was just gonna finish just to back up what you were saying.
Go ahead, brother. Yeah, definitely.
These devils, man. So this is Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home. Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death, as the brother was saying. That's what these devils are up to, man.
Right, that's right. Him bringing that new bringing in that great reset, or the CSRQSM, which goes into common, sovereign, restricted, quarantine, social management. That's him enlarging every. What does it say? Enlarging,
and enlargeth his desire as hell. It's as death,
and it's as death. Because this man is about to he's about to put hell on earth on a whole nother level, man. You know what I'm saying? And this the link that we got that we're gonna lightly touch on and mention a couple things here and there coded, so we won't fucking get tagged and have our page taken down. Goes into that, man, because these people with this new reset, man. And the things that they want to bring about, they know that a lot of people are not going to be with it, man. They know that a lot of people are not going to eat. They'll know that a lot of people, they know a percentage of people around the world are going to go against them. They even know when that percentage is going to come back to their senses because they know they have no other rights. They have no other way to do so. Go about it. It ain't no more, let's get some picket signs and let's stop. Nah, nigga, ain't none of that no more, man. Yeah, my bad. You wanted to say something?
No problem,
bro. You finished that scripture?
I'm finishing real quick. And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth onto him all people. And as the brother's gonna get into in the not the article, but the
link. That's what we can call it right now. The link.
Yeah, the link. this is gonna be a worldwide affair, man.
That's right. Global.
Esau Edom has done this in Babylon, aka America, because all nations have come here. But he's ultimately trying to heap onto himself all people.
The whole
and how
planet.
is he going to do that? Through the MO to the TB and through this whole carbon footprint and all these unrighteous decrees that they're going to push forward. And as it says in the book of Daniel 8:25, matter of fact, Slaki, let me grab it.
Nah, get it.
Yeah. Because through his policy, let me just read it real quick.
That's a fire scripture. Because that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
These people are setting up policies, man.
Right, exactly. Exactly, bro. So this is Daniel 8:25. And through his policy, also, he shall cause craft to prosper, right? As we go, back into the history of Esau, Edom, so-called white people, they were very cunning. They were a cunning hunter, goes into crafty and laying snares for animals or people or what have you, So it says, and though his policy also, and through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his own heart, in his heart, as the brother was talking about with that demon. Klaus Schwab's right hand, he's magnifying himself in his own heart, but by the things that he's saying that Yahawah, when Israel, he literally said it himself. We'll put the clip in. When Israel went off, he would cause a drought. So now we could basically, summarizing what he said. Now we could, do whatever we want, and if God causes a drought, it doesn't matter because we have water, through his technology. He's basically saying,
comparing himself to the Lord.
Comparing himself to the Lord, as the scripture says, through the pride of his heart, as it says in Obadiah, the pride of his heart have deceived him, man. Roughly paraphrasing,
I was gonna get it.
Yeah, if you got it, bro. Let me finish this real quick, and
go ahead, brother. Yeah, definitely.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace, this is the point, and by peace shall destroy many. As the brother's going to read, they're going to say that this is the best way for the world to continue to move forward, because Sleepy Creepy Joe recently said that I forget exactly how he said it, and Lord's will, I'll try to get that clip. I'll make sure I write it down. That the most basically the most pressing issue for mankind or for the world is global warming, man. Everything ties in, man. He absolutely is a puppet for the elites, man.
That's
this
right.
Is a agenda, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he'll mention the whole global warming, how it's like the main thing, but he will never mention all these corporations that all these different like plants that pollute the earth 24/7, and supposedly are warming up the earth, man. Because even that itself is bullshit. It's definitely out of course. This man, you definitely have for every effect, how does it say? For every
action, there's an equal but opposite reaction.
Exactly. So for every action, there's a reaction. So yes, of course, all this pollution going on to the earth, going out in the atmosphere is definitely gonna put as the scriptures say, have the earth out of course, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. But he doesn't touch up on that. He's they blaming it. Not so much they're blaming it. His bosses are blaming it on everybody, man. If you fart, if you burp, this man even worried about the cows farting, because that's
shit.
What was the name of that gas that goes up in the sky?
They're worried about the CO2.
Yeah,
that's going out into the atmosphere. Yeah. So as the brother was saying, that's Esau for you, man.
Yeah.
They lack
But that's,
accountability.
yeah,
You
that,
know,
but and
they
that's all
always put blame
purposely.
on everybody. Right.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's all purposely, because they know that that shit is not doing nothing to the atmosphere, but they need a
Hell no.
reason. They need a
Right.
reason to step up to the Lord's challenge, which is to block out the sun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Destroy the moons from shining somehow, and you know what I mean. All these things, man. All these things that the Lord said. You know, if this and that happens, I will stop being a God to Israel. So these people are
Exactly,
still
brother.
trying to do that, but they got to tell
Right.
us. You know, I have no doubt that even though he's doing all this on the people, you know, with the Great Reset and everything, this man is still in the background doing shit to try to have like the sun be blocked out or whatever, and other
Yep.
challenges that the Lord, you know, basically bet that they can't do or can't accomplish, man. You know, because
Right.
this man knows his time is short, man. This man knows he wasn't set up to rule forever, man. For just for a short season, as the scriptures say, man. You know,
Right.
and the season is about to
What's up, man?
expire, man. Not like
Right.
the Christians say that after the great tribulation, this nigga's gonna be set up yet again to do what?
Hell
If
no.
everything's all fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Everything's already how much worse can it actually get, man?
Right.
You know,
Exactly. Exactly, bro.
people all fucked up, man. You know, but
Yep.
did you finish that precept, that scripture?
Oh
Did you
yeah,
get what I
I'll
was
just get the
saying?
last part.
Yeah,
The end of Daniel 8:25.
yeah,
At the
Daniel,
end
let's
it
go.
says, and by peace he shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, which is Yahawashi,
Yep.
but he shall be broken without hand. So, you know, everything, as you know, when in other scriptures, you know, I know the brother got one, but as it says in Job, the 20th chapter, man, you know, when they think that their enterprise shall be, roughly paraphrasing, shall
Yep.
be, they have established their enterprise, man, the Lord is
That's
going to,
right.
you know, not, you know, to put a monkey wrench in it, man,
Yeah.
which the
That's
Lord is
right.
already doing, you know?
That's right. That's right. He said
Yep.
the scriptures tell you that the utterness of the tongue is of the Lord, man.
Right.
What people say, roughly paraphrasing, what people say is of Yahweh, man. BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, man. You know, because he sets those demons up. He created a lot of demons just for those purposes, man. You know, you're talking about a power that set up angels just to worship him, man. That set up
Right.
spirits just to worship him, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that word angel goes into messenger, right? Which we're angels
Right.
down here on earth, man. So he set up spirits just to worship him, man. Just to be there in front of him and just to worship him, bro. You know,
Right.
we can't even fathom why that is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know that he's all powerful. He does what he wants, you know.
Right.
But you know, how do you expect it to go to speak against a power like that, man? You know,
Right. Right.
niggas
A
crazy.
mere mortal.
A mere
A mere
mortal, man.
mortal. Right. And not only a mere mortal, but the basis of all men
The basis
on
of
top
all
of
men. That's how you
it.
know
Right.
that the Lord, man, that this man is talking like that because the Lord set him up to talk like that. The Lord
Right.
programmed Esau to be everything that Yahweh BaHaShem Yahawashi absolutely hates to the
Hates.
core, man.
Right.
That's what Esau is, man. To
Yep.
the point where, you know, scriptures tell you that he deceived the whole world. This is why a lot of people could listen to Carl Schwab and his minions and then all these other people that are around the world and these different government positions. They could say all these things, these Edomites, and people don't really be like, what the fuck? And you know, take to the streets or nothing, man, because he deceived everybody to believe in it and believe in what he's saying and bringing out, man. But this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verses 12 to 14. I'll read it real quick. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Right? If you want to expound on that, brother, you more than
Yeah. So, you know, when you know, when he's talking about Lucifer, it goes into light bearer, man. The ones that are the elites, the Illuminati, the illuminated ones, so to speak, right? The ones that know what's going on, right? And when you talk about how have they fallen from heaven, from rulership, man? How have they fallen from the pinnacle, right? Because this is their heaven right now, right? As the brothers say, the apostles and elders that we have, heard learning, as younger brothers, right?
Yep.
There can't be two kings on the throne, man. So as it says in Ecclesiastes, right? I believe the 12th chapter, it says, I have seen servants upon horses, right? So when it's the heathen rule, right? When it's the heathen's heaven, which it is now, Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? It's your hell, right? So this is the fight, the spiritual battle, as it says in Ephesians, the 6th chapter, right? Put on the whole armor of the Lord, right? Because we fight against principalities and wickedness in high levels. This is what's happened because the elite understand that as long as they keep us down, as it says in, what's the book of Judith that we always bring out, 5th chapter, right? They understand that as long as they keep us in sin, our power, YAHAWASHI, will not defend us, right? But and as long as once we come back to our power, then we will be defended, which means it's the downfall of them, which hence the reason why, as Malak, bring out from time to time at camp, the whole, the thing with the apostles of GMS have brought out about there was a long limo one time, and the Edomites came out and they said, how did you guys figure this out? We paid millions of whatever.
It makes perfect. I believe that to be true. It makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense because they didn't count on the remnant. And all praise to YAHAWASHI for the remnant, man. Because if you was, what I'm saying, and if it was left to 2/3 of these fucking niggas of the nation of Israel, we would never get out of it. It would be perpetual bullshit under Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, until they literally destroyed the whole planet and everything on it, including themselves, bro. That's why the scriptures say, unless those days be shortened, there will be no flesh left to be saved, man. These niggas will kill everything, in their covetousness for everything, man.
That's right, bro. That's right. Well said, man. This is verse 13 and 14. Which that goes into and proves the fact that why this man speaks the way he speaks, period, right? Which is like the point of everything. But it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So this man, because some of those things he has accomplished as far as like rulership, right? Heaping to himself all these nations by having these nations believe in his wine, believe in his philosophies. This man is that proud, man. This is why this man is like, yo, I could do anything I want, and I have the means to do it. I have the financial system. I have the scientists working on the pseudo science and even on real shit. And because I know what plus what equals what, I could use these things to his advantage, man. So this man is proud, man. This is why this man could go up there and say that he don't need God, that we don't need God. He said, I don't know what's up with that we shit, nigga. Like, you ain't talking for us.
You talking about yourself, damn devil.
Talk about yourself, man. We speak English now and a little bit of that Spanish shit, man. But we speak what we desire to speak, and what our original language is Hebrew, man. We don't got that we shit in our language.
Yeah, like we're all French or something. I don't know
like we French, about exactly, man. That's right. Should I get into that link now, real quick?
Unless
you have something.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you could, if you could read some of that, bro, and
Yeah.
I got that Job 22 and 23, and you
Oh
let
yeah,
me
that we
know.
just
But,
mentioned, right? Con.
yeah,
All right, so the link that we'll put up, and we're calling it a link, is not really an article, and you'll see why when you click in it. It says New World Order Great Reset Case Social Credit Score System Revealed, CSRQSM, which means Common Sovereign Restricted Quarantine Social Management. So now in the bottom, there's a few other links to I guess expounding on this information, right? But we'll read a couple short paragraphs. The first one says, if this is true, even if only in part, knowledge of this material will probably aid the making of some very serious decisions we will all have to make in the near future. Okay, which is the information I'm about to read right now. That's why this was prompted, or this was said, right? So the second and last paragraph I'll read in this says, overview of the characteristics of each class in this caste system. Because overall, this man wants to, this is the accuser of the brethren, which goes into the categorizer, right? This man categorizes everything, and he's going to put everybody in a certain class. So it says overview of the characteristics of each class in this caste system. That word caste, I think it's caste that is pronounced. That word caste goes into class, right, or social status. In parentheses, it reads all classes but sovereign, which are only 7 or 8 million people, are S rank, right? Sovereign rank. Because most rich people with less than 10 million USD net worth and less than 2.5 million USD yearly income will be reclassified as common. Now, we always been bringing out, starting with the apostles on down, how they're going to do away with the middle class. This is literally telling you that one of their plans is anybody that's making 2.5 million a year or less is going to be reclassified. Now, I don't know too many people with money, let alone somebody with 2.5 million, right? And they're reclassifying these people as common, right? And then it says, will be reclassified as common. The rest of the world population is mostly common, right? And they are going to be required to have the vaccinations and to comply with carbon quotas in order to keep their limited monthly stipend. At this stage, it ranges from 2+ jump shots to 5+ jump shots required, with failure to comply being punished first by reduction of money in your USDR account and later recourse to re-education programs / camps, and even elimination, as is discussed in the interviews with the whistleblower. So this is an interview, right? I kept calling it a link, but this is an interview between a whistleblower and the person that's interviewing this man. And like I said earlier, we're gonna put it in the links. Brothers should definitely look into it, because this thing goes into VIPs, which are gonna be sovereign. It's going to be anywhere from celebrities to government officials to these elites, with them having no type of limitations. And then everybody else is either you're an elite, or you're in the elite class, a sovereign class, or you're in the C class, which is common class. Okay, so it will behoove brothers to see that they go into having screenshots of certain high ups bank accounts and bank information, right? It goes into their biometric ID, their USDR balance, their account type, their account limits, their asset limits, their vaccination status, and their carbon score. Some people are going to be exempt. It's going to say exempt, except for their account type and their USDR balance. Everything else is going to be no or exempt for some, right? For the S class. And then everybody else is going to have some type of restrictions, okay? With 2 to 3 shots for vaccinations. Asset limits is going to say probably yes. Account limits is probably going to say yes. and then they'll have a social credit score that's going to be anywhere between 1 and 1,000. And all common class are not going to get more than 1,000 credit, 1,000 credit score. Okay, so this man is one of this man's tools, man, to further have a stronger grip on the world, to forge his oh, I started breaking up. Am I back?